We're back, boys. 13th Legion. It's Saturday morning. I've been looking at some of my YouTube comments. Some great discussion in episode 2 about how badly I'm doing and how horribly I'm leveling. Always appreciated. For those of you who suggested names for characters that you want to get involved, we've got some suggestions here. Philatus Phallus, Biggest Dickus, Leofric, and Stabbo Crabbo. Nice to see that the general level of maturity of my viewers is about the same as mine. But there should be space for you guys to get involved. Let's see. So Skolder is taken. Augustus, Decius, Lucius, Mark Antony, the infamous shooter of allies in the back, Martinus, Julius, Thorosmund. Okay, so here's our first rename. Sup, that pleb? Alright, Super Duper. Yeah, the thing is, Super Duper, you consistently slag off my play. It just becomes background noise at this play. At this rate. Philatus Phallus. Welcome, Philatus. Next to get in will be Biggest Dickus, so we're going to need to get you in. I wanted to address a bit of an interesting discussion we had around student. The point was made that student can be looked at as a bit of a wasted skill, and initially that was my feeling as well. I would just refer you all to episode 2 of the Ash Brothers podcast, where myself, Hans Gruber, and Bosco break it down, and I've gone back to taking student on everybody. And generally I still reckon student is the right thing to take, although there's certainly situations where I don't think it's worth it. And I think it was Harry Skinback in the YouTube comments who made the point that, particularly because I've identified some of the brothers that I'm going to be replacing. Let's find an example here. Oh, any of these, here we go. So Decius, for example, he's marked up to be replaced. So actually, taking student on him is a waste. He would have done better with fast adaptation. The reason being, student gives you an advantage. It does immediately in terms of the XP you gain, but in terms of an immediate power gain, in terms of swinging the weapons being immediately useful, it doesn't really help you that much in the early game. I think of student as an investment in the long-term strength of your individual character. So I look at it this way. If I take student at level 1 and he survives for 30 days, he'll have 20% more XP, which could turn into 1, maybe even 2 extra levels. But the point is well made on that. Guys that I'm looking to replace, like this is a prime example, I shouldn't have bothered to take student because they're not going to be around long enough to actually take full advantage of it. And as I was saying at the end of the last episode, we're in danger of falling a little bit below the curve, and that is largely as a result of having taken student on everybody. In that last fight against the auxiliaries, where we had our backline with their pitchforks just bouncing off the shields uselessly, if we had fast adaptation instead of student, it would have gone a lot better. But really that was a tactical issue. It's clear that if I'm not going to be taking fast adaptation, it's important that I have a shield breaking option. We've got one at least here. So, as always, great debate from the viewers. Thanks for that, guys. And it's a little reminder that if I've identified someone who's going to be replaced, we won't take student on them. Like, here's a good example. So, Philatus. He's going to be a archer. Horrible low starting skills, but he's got 2 stars there. So instead of student, we're going to take fast adaptation and gifted and anything just to beef up his chances to hit. Right. The other thing is I want to get a couple more sets of these throwing axes in, because when we're fighting against those skeletons who you obviously can't damage with bows and arrows, I have it on good authority that you can use throwing axes to pretty good effect. So we need to test that. Okay, it's 20 days in. Day 23, and I would have wanted at a minimum worn mail on everybody up front. We haven't got that just yet. The backline armor is looking a little poor as well. The weapons aren't looking wonderful. The fact that we have these arming swords are great. That's nice, consistent damage. We've got level 2 weapons all the way up front. It's just the armor that worries me. So, what are our objectives now? I think we get back up to 12. And we keep grinding work, and we have the money where we can start fishing. And by fishing I mean hiring good, reliable, cheap characters like farmhands, like brawlers, And so, for example, like Odysseus, who's going to be a replacement. He's not going to be a crossbow user. No, we'll leave him as a shield bearer. So he'll be shield bearer. I want to get to a point where we'll still hang on to these replacement guys, but eventually, so let's say like Philetus will be a replacement archer. Julius is also a replacement archer. Basically, everybody who's marked up with an R will be in the R's instead of replace will become reserve. Although at this point you could argue that Martinus doesn't need to be replaced. He's got 70 ranged skill, that's really, really good. And he's got 20 ranged defense. I think we can... Okay, Martinus, you've earned the removal of your replacement status, well done. Okay, let's get out there, let's keep grinding. Although, hang on, Tiberius is really, really hurt. Lucius has healed up, so we can swap the two of them around. Vorenus. Actually, how many morning stars do we have here? I think I want 2 morning stars. Excellent. So we've got decent crowd control, liking it. I probably want to get that arming sword involved though, but then again the flail is too good. Okay, once we get somebody else on the front line, they can use the arming sword. With 69 melee skill, it's probably reasonably reliable to be able to stun. At his next level, looking at his fatigue, he's got decent fatigue. I reckon we can make him a mace master. Vorenus also has decent fatigue. Our first 2 masters are going to be mace masteries, just so we can more reliably stun. And someone like Odysseus, I'll take flail mastery. He doesn't have the highest melee skill, but his job will just be to get into contact with the enemy that has the weakest helmet and then just lash and pop their head open. Flavius, we can leave that open. We'll see what weapon we get. And hopefully we can get a character or 2 that will have some stars in melee defense, so we can turn them into a raider. I do want, at a minimum, 1, ideally 2 characters that I can get two-handed, either swords or warhammers on. I like the warhammers. The stagger ability is, if you'll forgive the pun, staggeringly good. Okay. Enough talk. Let's get out there. Unfortunately, Tiberius, you're going to have to just stay out in the field while you heal up. We can't afford to give you time to rest. First things first, we need a bit of food. Food's too expensive, we'll have to buy some food out on the road. Everything's too expensive. Is anybody here worth hiring? The monks are tempting, but we don't need a monk particularly. The only thing, well, with a name like Rollo, that's a hell of a pedigree, but the monks aren't that strong. And the only thing I'll hire a monk for is as a sergeant. And we already have a pretty damn good sergeant. I think Svein is going to do just fine as a sergeant. The melee skill is a touch low, but he gets plus 10 accuracy there on his impale. The main thing that I want out of a sergeant is resolve and range defense. His fatigue could be better, but once we slap Brawny on him, we'll be able to get him into some decent mail. I think he's going to do just fine. I'd love a wild man. The flagellant is tempting. Let's take a look. What are the stats on flagellants? Battle Brothers Wiki. I know it's plus 10 resolve. Character backgrounds. Flagellant, plus 10 max fatigue, plus 10 resolve, minus 10 hit points. I think we can do better. If I can get a Gravedigger that's plus 5 fatigue, plus 5 resolve, and no negative traits. Houndsmaster would be great. Lumberjacks are also good for extra fatigue, extra hit points. Remind me, do we have all the archers we need, don't we? We've got 1, 2, 3 archers. Philetus is essentially just a replacement guy. He's not going to be much of an archer. In fact, I think making him an archer is a waste anyway. The 2 stars are great, but with such a low starting value. What up, Mikey? Has anyone done that? Defeat another mercenary company? Well, you just take them as a normal fight. You just got to pick the company that you fight. If you find a mercenary company where there's only 5 of them, that's definitely doable. I don't know what to do with Philetus. I reckon he's marked up as replacement, and it's going to take him ages to level up to make his ranged stat any good at all. Let's just make him a shield bearer, because, you know, 15 melee skill. It's not great, but it's okay. So we'll just make him a replaceable shield bearer until we can do something better. I mean, at a pinch, I mean, I definitely want to keep him. He is a historian, and we're going to need him to decode a map. Best case scenario, he just sits at the back, and he's there as a replacement, excuse me, when one of our frontline A-team guys needs to be helped out and replaced. Only 70 points of armor up front worries me. I don't like that. His fatigue is not great either. Tell you what, let's put the rookie right in front. Yeah, he'll benefit from that banner as well. That's also good then. So you can use this axe to crack open a shield, and these two can attack that target. Decius just gets straight through a shield, and then Flavius can't really deal with a shield. I would love to get my hands on a two-handed axe. Right, what you got for us? Let's see. It's a cheap little job, should be easy. Follow tracks, return crystal skull. No one needs treating. Let's just try to get through this without suffering any damage. I might buy the lads a round of drinks, but I know we've got at least one drunkard, and the last time we had drinks, someone got drunk, so let's not take the drinks just yet. Southeast. Did you rename Augustus, or was it someone else's? I'm actually not sure. Augustus the Shield Bearer. I think that was just a generic suggestion. What did you want it changed to? Next in line, technically, is Biggest Dickus. But you know what? I'm not going to mess with the names. Someone already requested that guy, and just be patient. There will be. Hang on, I've gone wrong here. Southeast. Yeah, they are. There are going to be replacements coming. Leo Frick. Yep, I've got you. You are second in line. 6 raiders, perfect. I don't mind fighting them in a forest. We can create some bottlenecks. We've got a net. The objective here is to get through without any deaths and get our hands on some decent weapons and armor. I want that armor. I want that armor. I want that weapon. And that guy just needs to die. Right, it is... Is it nighttime? No, it's dusk, not quite dark. 254s or a single 70? I think the 254s. And we can hold position as another nice little bonus here. Terrible shot, Mark Anthony. You're a feckin' liability, mate. I tell you what. I'm kind of tempted to put these 4 guys like that. So these 2 raiders will stand there and they'll be totally surrounded. The other option is putting 2 brothers there, and then it's 2-on-1. And then he can't get any reinforcements. I think... Is that the better play? It's... excuse me, it's not, and here's why. So this raider moved first. So we know that on the next turn, he'll get to move before these guys. It's a forest, so if he moves 1 square, he can only get 1 attack off. If I put my lads into contact with him, he'll get 2 attacks before we can retaliate. So for that reason... Let's see, you may as well shield wall. Terrible shot, Julius. Okay, and Tiberius, I want you to get your net out. So, Decius and Flavius need to handle the southern approach here. We've got 6 of these nerds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And there's a 6th one here somewhere. Get your net out, because we're going to net this guy and dagger him down. Or never mind, not even dagger him. Decius is just going to swing his flail and make his head pop like a ripe melon. It's just a question of getting the timing right. Oh, that's not at all what I wanted to do. I thought I was still moving Tiberius. Okay. We don't particularly have to have Augustus here. That the main utility of that axe is to shield break, and there's only a shield down there, so I'll tell you what. Let's move you down here. And that way Augustus can kind of go to either side of the fight if he needs to. Okay, he's throwing toothpicks at us, fair enough. Height advantage, throwing axes. Yes, it's annoying, but I ultimately don't mind that because they miss their throws. We get to move in, take a swing. He has to spend AP, excuse me, to put his weapon away. Tiberius, just wait. Flavius, get him. 74% and you miss. You're an absolute fucking liability, you know that? Oh, it is nighttime. Okay. Oh, right, so the nighttime debuff only shows on someone holding a ranged weapon. Interesting. Okay, so our 2 other archers need to put their bows away and get stabbing with their pikes. Let's run at this guy. Yes, he's got height advantage. Yes, that sucks. But he can only attack once because he's got to switch his weapon away, so I'm fine with that. You guys there will be fine. Give them the old run at. You can't fit in there anywhere. So go help down at the southern fight. Julius. Pitchfork. Okay, that's scary and that's a problem. I reckon the play here is for Decius to knock this guy down, kill him as soon as we can, and then try to get stuck into this guy. Let's get stabbing. Okay, Tiberius on the next turn. Get the net on him. Thrown weapons at night. Very, very low chance they're going to hit. Okay, that guy will appear on the northern flank at some point. Oh god, headshot. Ouch. And what did that give him? Broken nose. Annoying. I think take a single swing. You've only got 38 and 38's not enough. Keep your... I could just wait, actually. Shield wall's hardly worth it, considering that it's flail. If I can get him stunned or killed. Excellent, okay, you can take the second swing. Get wrecked, and that's a flail. So the net's going to make him easier to hit. He is riposting, and he does have height advantage. I'm pretty sure we can make that work. 15%, 17%. If you could get closer, I think this could work for you, Martinez. I'm just conscious that another guy is going to appear there at some point. So on the next turn, Lucius goes there. Svein and Lucius will get stabbing. Let's see, 44% chance. Now he's actually quite likely to get... he's quite likely to get the riposte off, unless I smash his little buckler. Because shield break, of course, does not trigger a riposte. Do I release the dog? I don't think it's worth it. 59% chance. What is your melee defense? 16. Okay, now he's quite likely to hit you. 59%. Decius, well struck. That's the beauty of a flail. Okay. Philatus, go reinforce the northern flank. We've got 4 nerds out there still, 1, 2, a third one there, and then there's a 4th one who knows where. Flavius, grab that high ground. Quick as you can, mate. Oh, he's back. Okay, touch of a problem starting over here. So Lucius, go to that position. Block off this little bottleneck. Thing is, I need time. I need to buy time to get Philetus and Flavius in melee contact. Contact is almost like conduct. It's just spelled differently. My brain's not working. Julius, go here. I reckon if Flavius just holds position, we can get this brigand to take that position. Martinez, you aren't being affected by nighttime. Can you hit anybody? 44% is not bad. Go for the 60%, I think. Bloody shield. Not stunned. Come on, give us a stun here. Ah! Okay, so Augustus is going to need to get out of the way so that Tiberius can get in range to help stab there. 4 left. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is all of them. I think, yeah, go help the northern flank. You too, Decius. Excellent. Okay, the main thing here is our pikemen and our archers are protected. Mark Antony, you can't actually do... can't do much. Oh no! Cheeky headshot. Finish him. Oh, you suck, swine. Ouchie. Ah, damn it. He's bleeding. Good hit. And then move out of range. Excellent. Get over there, lads. This is when I wish I had Pathfinder. So I did that on purpose here. So I've got Philetus and Flavius in contact with his raider. Flavius is weaker, so I've given him shield wall, and I've left Philetus not with shield wall. I want to make him the target, because even if he gets hit twice, it'll hurt him and wreck his armor, but it won't kill him. Whereas if Flavius gets hit twice, it will kill him. I'm not too worried about this guy or this guy. It's this nerd here who could be the problem. There's a little trick with your pikemen. You have to rotate them sometimes. Take your shot, move away, make space for him to move in and get in the takeoff. Oh, Martinez Iurus. 2 beautiful shots. Oh, scary. Do I take the shot here with Tiberius? If I go here, I can get a shot off. The thing is, Tiberius Avitus. He's not someone I want to replace. The thing is, if I move him here, I'm committing him to taking another shot from this guy. I'm not going to take the chance. I believe in Flavius to be able to finish him off. God damn it, that little buckler. Down you go, sunshine. Ah. Yeah, now, due to the bottlenecks, it's going to be very difficult to get all the shots off. Skulder, stay where you are. If you take a headshot, you're dead, so 3 shots in a row, Flavius has missed. Or Lucius missed. Thinking about going back for fast adaption on everybody. Okay, he's running for it. Fair enough. That's super dangerous. Do you not have a net? Maybe. Problem is Flavius is exhausted. Ouchie! God damn it, that bladed axe is freaking hurting us. Bladed pole, I forget what it's called. There you go. If I move forward, I've committed now. Whew, I'm glad that hit. Because if that missed and he got to go first, he could have easily killed Tiberius or Zvine. Release the hounds. So we took a few injuries there, which I didn't want. But we should get some nice tier 2 weapons. Maybe even a bit of good armor as well. In fact, I should be looking to stun and dagger this guy. I could actually do with that armor. I would do well to get that. But no, it's going to take too long to surround him. Let's just kill him. What I desperately need is a nice big group of armored Weidegangers. They are comparatively harmless, and they always carry nice heavy armor. Well, comparatively heavy armor for this part of the campaign. The flail's amazing though, and the worn chain is good. Yes, excellent. The other thing is, some of these guys who have upwards of 16 melee skill can use the flails as well. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Okay, Flavius Skulder. 64 at level 4, that's not bad. His hit points do need buffing though. The nice thing is his resolve is where it needs to be. He doesn't need to have his resolve increased any further. Shield Bearer, get Shield Expert. I want to get this defense up as high as I can. Also remember, if you get Shield Expert, it increases your defense effectively by 25%. So if you roll a 3 on melee defense, it becomes a 4, so on and so forth. So, Philetus Phallus, you are going to be replaced. +2 on melee skill, I'll take that. Your resolve is absolutely terrible. I think that's probably worth it. And we'll go fast adaption. Julius Archer. At level 5, only 60 ranged skill. Well, we'll take Bow Mastery anyway. 63, it's okay. It'll do until we can get someone better. And Zvine the Sergeant, finally. Ready the troops. +1, that is just horrible. At least his range defense is nice and high. Okay, can I get the extra 5 points of head armor, but I don't think it's worth the extra 2 points of fatigue. It's 83, that's fine. These nasal helmets are nice and, it's good value. 9 fatigue for 140, but you've got to make sure your lads have enough armor to be able to, fatigue, excuse me, to be able to use it. Okay, we've got some wounds to treat. But let's go get paid, boys. A hint of murmuring grows louder and louder until you can no longer focus. Put your quill pen down with the sort of energy the ink bottle can take without breaking and step out of your tent. Martinus Iurus Archer and Julius Archer, replacement, are standing there bickering over who is the better shot. Seeing you, they waste little time asking if they can hold a shooting contest to decide who is right. Of course, go for it. You throw your hands up and tell the men to do what they must before retiring back to your tent. Outside comes the twang of released arrows, quickly followed by the thwap of them finding their targets, again and again. The din of men grows louder as what you can only assume what is a throng of observers grows. Finally, the contest is at some sort of end, indicated by a refreshing silence. You get back to work. So, 2 range skill for 30 ammunition. More than happy with that. The food's getting desperately low now. Just some bread to tide us over. What is junk here? I think 4 of these helmets is more than enough. 2 round shields is just fine. I don't need the bucklers anymore. We've got more than enough swords, but we do want 7 swords in stock when we're fighting Vadigangers and wolves. So there's 1 there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, good. So we'll hang on to those swords. The boar spears, I think let's only hang on to 2 of them. And I certainly don't need the hook blade. The reinforced wooden flails. I'll hang on to them for fighting auxiliaries. So it's just 2 of the boar spears that we can sell. Ammunition is fine. Well, we need loads of tools, as always. Is there not an armourer? No. And of course it's the same bunch of men here to be recruited. I'm wondering if we shouldn't take a mission that'll take us away from here so we can get a different job. Perfect. Watch my shipment. Is this an escort caravan? Yeah, in that case then I'm not going to take it. Just because of the escorting missions you can't control when the fights happen. Toomberg, this one's short enough that it might actually be worth it. I mean, we need to go. Here we go, it's just up the road. We may as well get paid to go there. Hope we don't get attacked. We're a little bit wounded. Nice. Farmhand, always tempting. Mason, nah. This is a tempting buy. Another witch hunter. He comes with a free level up, but that's an awful lot of money. Gambler, no. I think let's just go for the farmhand. I just want to remind myself, yeah, we've got 2 frontliners that need to be replaced, so if this farmhand has any sort of decent skills, he'll do well for us. Let's see what he's got. Melee defense and clumsy, which really sucks. I suppose we can try to turn him into a sword raider, but he's unquestionably going to be replaced. I can't see him surviving long enough to be useful, but you never know. Oh god, the clumsy really sucks. Actually, can I not slap that helmet on someone up front? Who's got fatigue to wear that helmet? 80 fatigue. That's -7, so that would make it 78. I think that's worth it. As ever, oh, the tools are nice and cheap. Hell, I'm going to buy all of them and let's stock up on some cheese and bread while we can. Good, so we got so food and supplies are sorted. That's damn near half our money, but pretty confident that was the right thing to do. We have a lot of repairing to do. Ooh, 241 gold for 115 points of basic mail. I think that's probably worth buying. especially considering we just bought all those tools, so we will be able to repair it. God, I can't believe we're still having to use gambesons almost 3 weeks into the campaign. It just shows you how badly we're doing. I think we can afford to just camp overnight. Alright, Flute Dude. Thanks for the encouragement. I think we camp overnight and then we try to look for some more work. Oh, 320 for a heater shield. That's too good to turn down. So who's our most important fighter here? 69 accuracy. Yeah, Lucius Vorenus is, I think, our most important. And he can get away with using a heater shield. Look at that, 35 melee defense. It's only going to get stronger as well. His fatigue is getting a touch low, but he's due for a level up. And once we are able to take Mace Mastery when he levels up, that 80 fatigue will go a bit further as it costs less every swing and every time he tries to stun. So I'm happy with where Lucius Vorenus is. That's 1 heater shield down, 6 more needed. And then eventually we'll have male Hauberks all on the back line and reinforced male all on the front line, but that's a little ways off. How much time do we need? 9 hours, 15 tools. Right, back to work. We need 1,000 reputation to start doing those house missions. We should have it. No, wait. We need to get so 1,000 is competent, and we need to get to professional. So that makes me suspect that professional is 1,100 or 1,200. Oh, hang on. We got another person who needs to be named. Who's the new guy? Lothar. So the next in line is Biggest Dickus. Biggest Dickus. Welcome, Biggest Dickus. Try not to expose yourself in this campaign to too much danger, I mean, obviously. I don't know what you guys are thinking. Oh, the 58 melee skill. Three skulls. What you got for us? 3 skulls, brigands. This is super, super difficult. This is... Ugh. That's too risky. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. That's really going to piss them off. But that's just too dangerous. If it was 2 skulls or less, I would have taken it on. I mean, we can win that fight, but most likely what's going to end up happening is we're going to have 2 groups of bandits attacking this town during the day, and they're going to have marksmen, and then we've got guys up front here who are level 3s and 2s. The backline will... Oh, no. That would have been death. I'm sorry, Hornheim. Sorry. What did that do to our relations with them? Okay, neutral. What's with all these delivery missions? 80 plus 340. No, I want fighting missions. Come on, give me... Oh, for God's sake. What does this pay? 560 to escort to Weidenau. Where is Weidenau? Don't want escorting missions now because I can't control what the fight is and when we take it. What I could do is I can kind of hang around until nighttime so that the majority of the time we're on the road is at night, so that if we do run into enemy archers, they won't be as dangerous. I think that's what we do. Just hang around until it starts getting dark, and then we'll take that mission. There you go, it's the afternoon. Let's buy the lads a round of drinks. Let's just see. No one needs healing. In terms of the economy, there's nothing really that I feel like I can get rid of. I can get rid of one. I can sell the Morning Star because we've already got 2. And I don't need the hooked blade. I've got pikes. We're okay for food. We're good for supplies for a bit. Just before we go, see if there's anybody worth hiring. This wild man I'd love to hire. Ooh, squires are not bad either. They get melee and range defense and resolve. Just pray when I get hit during the day. If we do get attacked during the day and there's loads of archers, I'm just going to run away, I think. Okay, there it goes dark. Wait, why are we going this way? I would have thought we would have gone... Oh, there's not a road there. Okay, fair enough. Yes, super. He's been named to Biggest Dickus. Next in line for names, we've got Leofric, then Stabbo Crabbo. If you want to name someone, let me know. I'll put it on the list. Yeah, you better run. Off you go, Raider. I remember one of my viewers at one point telling me that whether the enemies attack you or not, the game calculates your relative strength, looking at your number of brothers, and it also factors your renown in. So, like if I have 1,000 renown, the smaller groups of brigands won't attack us. 1 marksman, 5 raiders. Let's go get them. And 3-on-1 with archers. I reckon we can outshoot him, even if it's daytime. I want to farm up these... Actually, you know what? Fighting in the swamps is just unnecessarily stupid. We can just let it get dark. Every time I underestimate marksmen, things go badly, so I don't want to do that now. Come on, come out into the open, come out into the open. There we go. Maximus Decimus Nubius isn't going to fit, so we can make it Maximus Nubius. Maximus Nubius. By all means, raiders, run straight into height disadvantage. That's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it works out for them. And 3 of these guys aren't wearing helmets, so our flail nerds need to take them on. Oh yeah. Big stun. Nice work. Who we got there? Biggest Dickus. I can't see him behind the damn banner. What is he carrying? Alright, he is a pikeman. So, Augustus will go to that position. Philatus goes here, high ground. Bounces off the shield. Impotently. Actually, I kind of want Decius to just sort of just hang back and see where this guy goes, but you know what, bugger it, just run in, get involved. Start surrounding these nerds. The main thing is getting Flavius into contact with this guy. I need him to stun this 2-handed axe guy. And we'll take 1 split shield now. We need 2 split shields to break it, so on the next turn he can split to break it and then get an attack off. And it's just a short bow anyway, so it could still hurt, but it's not going to do that much damage. The old switcheroo. Annoying. Ouch. Oh. Yeah, Decius is in trouble. On the plus side, he is marked up for replacement, though, so... Great works, fine. Kind of tempted to try close in on that guy, but no, let's rather just bash this guy's head in. If you can hit him, for fuck's sake. Good hit. So let's see. Who's going to kill Decius here? It's going to be this guy. Oh, his turn is done. His turn is done. Okay, never mind then. Just take it. Actually, wait. Also, wait. Stab. Miss. We're going to be breaking this guy's shield. So... 100%. Keep your shield up. The shield is probably the only thing keeping him alive. On the plus side, he's still got full body armor. So who knows? Ah, oh, god damn it. All these misses, guys. Great hit. Awesome, he's fleeing. We can ignore him now. 50%, 45. Oh! Big headshot. Only 36% chance on the headshot. Not worth it. Misses. Ouch. We need a no way, Jose. Ouch. I'll put that on the list. No way, Jose. This is a random Mexican in between all our Romans. Good hit. Unfortunately, we're not actually going to be able to get to break this guy's shield. I really want to get a hold of that two-handed axe. Ooh, good hit, Tiberius. Yes, we got it. Awesome. Excellent. His armor isn't destroyed yet. I reckon we should try to get this guy's armor. So it's going to be broken shield with the two-handed axe, and then we will flail his head open. Just get your bow out. You'll need it for the next fight. Just wait. Don't even take that shot. I know exactly what's going to happen. It's just going to hit one of our guys in front. Ah! Okay, where are the flails here? Oh, right, the only other flail is injured, so we're going to have to go to the daggers then. Good damage. Shield expert doing its work there. Get wrecked, sunshine. Get killed with a long axe. Oh, nice. 2 sets of decent armor, another hand axe. But the main thing about that fight is that two-handed axe. It's super, super important. That's really going to help us now. Okay, so here's my thinking. I want... mace, axe, sword, and then we'll put this morning star between the two flails, and then we'll put that two-handed axe on this side of the formation on Tiberius, so he can break a shield that'll be in front of these targets, which will allow Flavius to go to work, and then Augustus does the same thing, break a shield, so this half of the formation can go to work. Excellent. Okay, we've got a basic male. Who up front here has the fatigue to be able to wear it without too much of a problem? Maybe Lucius. So one less fatigue. Squeeze out an extra fatigue point there. So everybody up front has 110 armor, which is nice. Although really Tiberius needs to be on the front line. So, this is what we do. We give him an arming sword, we give him a dagger. So we've got our 7 lads up front. We've pretty much got our formation sorted. Pretty much. Not entirely, but pretty much. Right. So Biggest Dickus breaks shields. These guys go to work. Augustus, you break shields there. Eventually, once we replace Biggest Dickus for another archer, 4 archers at the back, then I think we're going to need another hand axe up front. We're a bit low on axes and shield breaking options. So it's something to think about. And here's the hand axe once we're ready to use it. I'll probably give it to Tiberius. He's got good fatigue. We can make him an axe specialist. What are the bronze looking swords? So these are ancient swords that I took off of ancient legionaries. So they do 38 to 43, so they do slightly about the same as the falchion, so they have comparable stats. So they do 10% more damage to armor, 3% more. Let's just compare. The main thing is the armor damage and the ignore armor. So it's 0 to 8 and 30 to 34, as opposed to 0 to 9 and 24 to 31. Really, we're only going to use them once we're fighting Noctaires or wolves or wolf riders. Good. Progress is being made. And we should also be pretty damn close to getting professional renown. Let's just keep working. 2 3 skulls. Scary. What do you have for us? Golden talisman. The thieves, 3 skulls. That means there's almost guaranteed to be a necromancer. Too difficult. If it's a hunt down what terrorizes like this, we can do. What's the pay? 1200. Excellent. I accept, but I just want to just camp and heal up until night, until the morning comes, and then we'll take on that job. And this is going to give us time to repair our armor and give everybody swords. And then I can demonstrate what I was on about in terms of using swords here. I accept. Hunt down. Oh, that's okay. Obtain 4 Father's Scroll at Suckle Battlefield. Oh, damn it. I saw the picture and I just assumed it was hunt down what terrorizes. Okay, that changes things. So we'll go flails on everybody. I want the option of the bows to be there, but I expect us to be more auxiliaries and ancient legionaries. But you know what? I think we'll just grab the little widget we have to get, and then we'll run away. I don't like fighting legionaries and auxiliaries because I don't like their gear. I don't like to use the gear. Yeah, Keela, it is a shit map. That was the whole point of the same map challenge. It was given to us by one of Hans Gruber's viewers who tells us that this is the worst map he's ever seen, and I kind of have to agree with him. Ooh, a doggy. We need him. Take him in. Oh, for fuck's sake. Horrible mutt. 50% melee skill on Lucius Varinus. For fuck's sake. Stupid, horrible, disgusting mutt. Okay, just use an axe then. What have you got for us? Cheap bread, but we're okay for food. Helmets wise, let's leave 2 of each in reserve. Don't need a leather cap, it's a bit low. And then 3 sets of armor is probably fine. If we have to use gambesons, things aren't going well for us. So don't need a short bow, that's for sure. Scrimmer axe is nice, we'll hang on to that. We've actually got another flail there. Yeah, I fully expect us to just grab the Forefather Scroll and to run. The only weapons that you get from the Ancients that I would consider using is those bladed pikes that they have, which are so nasty. They do so much armor damage. Or the War Scythe. Many legionaries. No thank you. I have no intention of fighting this. This is... Oh. I mean, you can beat them, but their weapons aren't that great. They've got a lot of armor. These long spears will hurt us so much. It's just not going to be worth fighting them. If I had reinforced male hauberks all the way up front, I would stand and fight this, but just the fact that I can complete the mission without having to actually fight them, I'll just run away. I'm quite happy to take the morale hit rather than probably, oh God, 3 of these pikes. Yeah, that at least one person will die 100%. I'm just conscious of how far behind we are in terms of the armor. On my Viking playthrough, at this point in the campaign, 3 weeks in, we already had a few male hauberks. We even had 1 reinforced male hauberk. Things are going a lot better for us, but we got lucky in a few early fights. We also don't have Iron Forged on anybody. Also bear in mind that once we are in a position to fight these guys quite easily, we can just clear out this little ruin when we're on a patrol. So we'll get paid to do it, we'll get the heads from it, and we'll take out this ruins. What I really want is 7 of these flails, all in reserve. Once you got 7 of those flails, then we can make pretty short work of this group, because you just go straight past those shields. And they very often spend a lot of their action points putting the shield up, which is fine, because you just go straight through it with a flail. One of the things I love about this game is that in the previous campaign, same difficulty, admittedly an easier map, but when I was doing a playthrough with a lot more restrictions on me, I was, compared to where I am now, I was doing a lot better despite the restrictions. It's just part of the wonderful RNG nature of the game. I mean, I would expect, being that in this campaign I'm playing without any restrictions, I would be, in a much better spot comparatively, but it hasn't proven to be the case. Nice orderly retreat. That's what I like to see. I guess one thing I will quickly point out to you guys, an option that I always tick is under gameplay. There's where is it? Auto end turn. I always untick auto end turns because in this situation here, I had just moved Biggest Dickus there, and normally here the game would auto end the turn. It wouldn't give you the chance to retreat now. I mean, they aren't on us now, but if we were in a situation where you had enemies in contact with your guys and they have faster speed, then, you know, the auto end turn there could end up getting someone killed or hurt. Return to Vadenau. Where is Vadenau? There it is. Oh, hang on. Shit's burning. Anecdotally, it seems to be that by putting your mercenaries over some burning ruins, it puts the flames out. I've seen it happen a couple times, but it doesn't seem to be happening now. One thing I do wish that they would introduce into the game is when cities get ruined like that, or attacked and buildings destroyed, that should give you a chance to have a mission proc, where, you know, go and do something or give them some money and it helps them rebuild that little building that got destroyed. A key case in point here would be on this map. So Gemenschacht is a key part of our economy, being that they produce gems and salt. So if this gem mine got destroyed, I'd be quite happy to even pay to get it functioning again, or to do a mission to help it get functioning again. So that's something I would love to see. Anyway, we've been going on for an hour. Let's take a little break. And when we return, we shall just keep working, really. We're coming up on 1 month, and I think we're doing okay. So I'm pretty pleased.